Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Beautiful day here in the Ozarks, warming up just a tad bit, but it's supposed to get a little bit warmer the next couple of days. For those of you that are kind of in the Midwest, maybe other places, did you see the show last night in the sky? Apparently something fell down out of the heavens and crashed onto the planet. Big fireball, lots of pieces. Several people online talking about it. The official story is that it was a Chinese satellite. That's what they're saying. At first they were saying it was a possible asteroid that broke up. Now they're saying it was a Chinese satellite. So we've got Chinese spy balloons flying around. We've got drones that may be some. I think that some of them's not, but there could be some that are, foreign drones. And now we got satellites from China burning up and falling into our airspace. I don't know. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I did read another opinion. That's all it is, an opinion on these drones. And they believe that this is a, deep black ops type of thing that, the type of stuff that movies are made of, like a Men in Black kind of stuff, where these very secretive government projects that even the Pentagon doesn't really even know about, and the president doesn't know about. And they think that that's what this is, a lot of, and that they're testing new capabilities and trying specifically to frighten the American public. It does fit fairly well with some of the other theories that I've seen on it, that it's trying, because the idea is, from what I was reading, from a kind of piecemealing together a couple of different theories that's out there from so-called experts, right? They say that drone warfare is the next warfare. That's what we're seeing in Iraq, not Iraq. We're seeing in Ukraine and Russia predominantly. Ballistic missiles and drone warfare. That's the big thing. And that drone warfare gives insurgencies advantages. That they don't need multi-billion-dollar airplanes and tanks and aircraft carriers and stuff. They just need to have drones, and they can do a lot of damage. But more specifically, they can inflict a lot of terror on people. And in America, you can fly drones around, right? And you can get a license fairly easily, but you can, run down to your local Walmart and buy a drone. And so they're trying to, the psyop is to get people afraid of drones, that they're bad, they're scary. And so that there can be legislation to restrict drone access and flight, because the belief is that America is very ripe for an insurgency type of attack, possibly like what was seen in Israel on October 7th, something like that. Seems to be the most prominent logical theory. I'm not saying that it's the correct one, please understand. I'm just saying that seems to be the dominant one that isn't out there, because there's some theories that are out there. People believe, oh no, this is the alien invasion that was predicted by some computer 20 years ago and stuff, but who knows. Anyways, also speaking of warfare, I was reading that the majority of the Israelis' war ministers and military leaders are pushing the Israeli government to authorize a very large strike deep inside Iran. They believe that it's time to go in and put in a real bad, damaging blow to Iran. So we'll see if that happens. Mostly just a bunch of other stuff going on. Nothing crazy yet with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden stepping down. There was a kind of a scare, and I mentioned that in a video a few days ago. there's so much stuff going on. When I make videos like that, I'm not trying to terrify people. I'm just trying to keep people aware of what's going on. I always let you know this isn't hard facts. These are just possibilities, and you should be aware of them. And I think people should act accordingly. I tell you all the time, this is the reason why we prepare. The reason why we live the lifestyle that we live is so that we're not living in fear, because that's a big part of what these elitists, these globalists, these New World Order so-and-sos want. They want us to live in fear. They want us to, every time that they do something, or every time something happens, that everybody panics and is in fear. And because the reason is because fear causes you to want that fear to go away, right? You want someone to take care of that fear. You're afraid of crime in your neighborhood, so the next time the city puts up a tax increase that will go towards the police, you vote for it. Yes, we want that. We want our streets safer, so let's tax us some more so that government can be even bigger in our area. And so that's the whole, what they're doing is they got to get everyone afraid so that you will naturally default to depending upon the government. You will run to the government. You will run to the powers for your protection. And what I have been trying to get through to people for years now is that is extremely vulnerable for us. That puts us in a major vulnerability. And so we have to be self-sufficient. We have to be aware of what's going on, be able to think clearly through it so that we don't fall into that fear that, oh my goodness, the sky is falling, we're all going to die. Let's hope and depend upon the government, whether it's local or state or federal or some international body that's going to take care of us. Let's elect the right guy and then put all of our faith in them that they will fix everything, instead of taking the responsibility for ourselves, our families, and our communities, and living a lifestyle that no matter what happens, we're going to be prepared for. It doesn't mean that it's going to be all smooth sailing for us, but we're ready for it. This is how humans have really always been. It's only really in modern times that changed. Only in modern times did people relinquish the responsibilities of their own lives and their own safety and existence to authority. You go back in the early American frontier and the Old West and all of that. People weren't dependent upon other people and government to take care of themselves. They took care of themselves on their own. We've got to get back to that. We've got to start taking responsibility for ourselves. That's the biggest thing. And here's the thing. When we do that, there's all kinds of other benefits. And when I say that is let's say there never is a complete total collapse, a complete apocalypse, a complete SHTF scenario. Let's just say that it just gradually continues to worsen like it has been for such a long time. The more prepared and the more self-sufficient we are, the better off we are in that situation too. We're able to need government less and less. We're able to need a system less and less. And, because of skills and just being aware of things and learning stuff and putting stuff back and setting your life up in a way that you can handle things on your own, you can become less and less tethered to this broken down system that it exists for the purpose of consuming your money, consuming your wealth, consuming your freedoms. That's what it's there for. It's not. It used to be the concept is that the system's there to protect and serve. It doesn't protect us. It doesn't serve us. It's unfortunate, but that's where it is, because that's what all governments do. They all eventually get to this place that they're no longer serving the people. The people are serving the government, and that's where we are. And so, regardless of whether there's ever any kind of big, substantial collapse that's, you know, almost like a Hollywood movie, or it just continues down this path of just slowly consuming everything. Either way, the more self-sufficient you are, the more self-reliant you are on your own needs, the more prepared you are mentally, physically, and spiritually, the better off you're going to be. It's going to get worse. It's not. The Bible lays this out. Just simple logic, history, everything. There's not really any factor out there that or any gauge that you can use to say, oh well, based on this, it's going to get better. It's not for a while, maybe not for a few lifetimes. And so we know the path we're going down is destructive. And so the only thing that we can really do to take care of it, and it's not electing the new, better person. The only thing that we can do is to focus on ourselves and focus on becoming better at taking care of ourselves, becoming better at not being dependent upon all the various systems, whether it's the food system, the healthcare system, the security system, all of these systems that are in place. Education, you know, do you educate your own children, or do you ship them off to government indoctrination centers and hope and pray and keep your fingers crossed that they might get some kind of an education and not get too indoctrinated into all of the garbage out there? Do you do that? Do you produce your own food, or at least have the capability, if necessary, to produce enough that you can survive? Do you? Are you capable of living without the grid, the electricity, the gas, the whatever it is? Maybe you're not living that way, but do you have the capabilities? If push comes to shove and you had to go there, could you survive without it? What about medical? For the most part, and I understand you can't take care of everything, but for the most part, can you take care of yourself? Because that's one of the ways that they want to control us. We should have learned that during COVID. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. If you live this lifestyle, if you pursue this lifestyle, number one, it's not weird and strange. It's normal, actually. The life that is lived now, this modern life, that's the abnormal one. Live a normal life like our ancestors did. And when these bad things happen, we're going to be much more prepared and ready to handle them. And that's really the message that I want to get across. We've got to get ourselves prepared, folks, because it's only getting worse. Get your houses in order and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.